Greetings and salutations, gardeners. We are over here at the plot, taking a look at some of the progress. It's been a minute. I've been working, but not posting as much. So I feel like there's always this early summer sort of swap that happens when you swap out plants that have matured and put in new plants, and that I'm in the process of that's happening right now. So you see, all my flowers are coming up and doing really well. And my ornamental cabbage here in the corner. My pole beans are coming up. My cucumbers are doing really well. I've got my nasturtiums underneath the cucumbers. That did really well last year for bug resistance. And then on the opposite sides of the cucumbers, I planted radishes to act as a trap crop. There were radishes in this little section here, but I swapped that out for beets, and we'll see if they grow. You're not supposed to have beets too close to pole beans, so you can see the beets are over here. And then these are my beets, which I pulled a bunch of the big ones out from the back here. And these are about ready to be pulled. So zinnia. These pole beans are doing a lot better. They're a lot taller. So I do think that this trellis, because you can see they're already up this way, I do think they're going to climb over. And this trellis here is going to be covered in pole beans. I think it's going to be really pretty. So these cucumbers are Space Master. Here's a sunflower. It's not growing that tall, but we'll see what happens with that. These are Space Master. These are gherkins. So I don't love cucumbers, but I do love pickles. So I'm looking forward to some pickles. My calendula. So in here, I had the peas on these trellises and the spinach in between. So I did the swap out. I pulled the peas the other day, and I put some black beans under here. So they will grow. I think I put them mostly toward the other side. That borage plant in the corner is gorgeous. Chard and kale still going strong. I harvested my purple broccoli. I left it on here because I know if you harvest it, it'll grow some more. And this will be maybe slightly edible, but I'm about to pull those as well. This is some late romaine lettuce I put in. This is that winter density lettuce, and I'm about to pull that and eat it. I pulled a couple of cabbages out the other day, and I reseeded some onions, starts in here with some black beans as well. My tomatoes are doing great. This is my prettiest, most gorgeous sunflower facing the sunset. These are Roma tomatoes, and my sun golds up front. I know the camera's too close, you can't see them. And then this is like Pepper Alley. I have two. So first of all, this tomato plant, for whatever reason, the okra lady scores again. I don't know. It's just taken off. This is a determinate Roma or San Marzano. So it's going to get all the tomatoes on it, and then I'm going to pull it once they ripen. Versus the ones in the middle here, these are indeterminate, so they're going to keep growing. By the way, I put this cayenne pepper on the ground over there because when you plant the bean seeds, the squirrels dig them out. That's why I'm here tonight, because I put those seeds in yesterday and I forgot my cayenne. Now my eggplant was doing terribly. And so I came over here yesterday and I fed it a bunch of stuff. I amended with mushroom compost. I put in granular fertilizer, but I also, my trick this year has been Epsom salts. These pole beans were stunted. So it rained like for 10 days straight, and this whole side of my garden flooded. And these pole beans were kind of yellow. They didn't look quite green. They were stunted. They weren't growing, because you can see these are only this high. And these over here, which I planted at the same time, are already way up the trellis there. So I was just at the garden center, and I'm like, let me try some Epsom salts. And so as soon as I put the Epsom salts, these pole beans started to take off. That really worked. So I did the same thing because it's magnesium with some sulfur. So I think it's good for leaf growth. So I did the same thing with these eggplants. I wish I would have done it before and after, because, you know, the leaves are like this, curled, kind of crumbly. And look at I mean, this was today. I put the fertilizer on yesterday, and they're already doing so much better. They looked just awful. And I do have a baby eggplant in here somewhere. It's way back there. So that worked. And I've got some basil underneath here, interplanted with the tomatoes. There was a bean in here, but I discovered also that my garden does not get morning sun, so I pulled it. And listen, I didn't get to show you on video, but this is cauliflower, and these plants look absolutely terrible, but inside all of this is a cauliflower. So I keep this tied up to keep it white, because if you expose cauliflower to the sun, it'll turn green, I think. Sunflower's coming along. Looks terrible, but it's going to bloom. And then this is the other okra lady tomato. It's not doing that well. I've fed it. It's in the full sun. I don't know what the difference is between this plant and that one. But we'll see if I get any tomatoes on there and everything else. And then my peppers were also stunted. And the OG gardener over here told me, he was like, hey, I've got some, look at this. He's looking right in my face. What you want? You better stay out of my plot. I know that much. You hear me? You stay, I need that grass and that clover out there. You fat bunny. Woo, these bunnies. He was right up next to me the other day. I have no fear. But I got a surprise for him if they come over here. But anyway, the OG gardener came over here, and his plot is like right back here. So he showed me a little secret. He gave me some help with these peppers, and as soon as I took his advice, they started to take off. I'm also super impressed with this one pepper back here, which gets morning sun. And it does come, the sun comes right overhead. So this tomato, which is so big, is stunting this pepper here. But this one, I just started this one from seed a few weeks ago, and couple of these two were started in February, and it's almost caught up. So there's that. So that's it. A lot of progress. Everything looks like it should. And I'm here over at about sunset, over at the garden, my little happy place. Happy gardening.